Somebody check on Malik Neighbors. He's having too much fun. Do y'all feel me? Does this make any sense that he's having too much fun at quarter? Daniel Jones wins again week 2. You guys are looking like what? If the Giants don't have a running game, all teams are looking at is, when is the quarterback going to look at him? Do I really want to talk about this? Do I really want to talk about a whole bunch of slop jalops? So who do we break down? It was the 1 o'clock games. I didn't really see who I should break down, but there are a couple teams I got to keep an eye on. I got to keep an eye on the Detroit Lions. They didn't really show anything. I got to keep an eye on the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, they showed they got a little hype. They're a little team in Washington. I went to go see the NFC Championship game last year. They made me a little nervous. Now, did the team calm my nerves down? Yes. But this is a new season. And with the new season, I got to make sure that they didn't, upgrade a little too much. So, 1 o'clock games, I decided we're going to take a look at Jaden Daniels go against the New York Giants. Now, my top takeaways from this game was, boy, oh boy, do the New York Giants need a spark. Now, I understand Brian Daboll came out and said, it's not all on Russell Wilson. I love that, Brian Daboll. I love it. Quarterbacks take most of the credit during a win, and they take most of the blame during the loss, but not all the blame. Quarterbacks do not take all the blame. They do not get all the credit. So when we look at the play of the quarterback for the New York Giants, woo! That was bad. But what other takeaways did we have from the game? There is a superstar on the Giants that is already fed up week 1. Somebody check on Malik Neighbors. Jesus. And the kid loves football. He loves football, but being in New York, being on this team, it is messing with him, and I see it. You can see it. Everybody sees it on the screen. You have your head coach trying to calm him down in the first half. Like, it's wild over there, but they got to build on it. Now, the last takeaway I will say will be this, and it may be a little unfair. I can't grade Washington on this win. I cannot grade the Washington Commanders on this win. And it's just weird to me because when you are a contender, if you lose to a team that is not a contender, that looks bad. But if you beat a team that is not a contender, I mean, Joker clap. Like, what do you want me to say? You're supposed to do that. And with the Giants, they did what they were supposed to do, as in the Commanders did what they were supposed to do. They handled business. So we're going to break down. Oh, we got to break out the lights. So we got the victory lights for the Commanders. Yes. The Commanders get the lights. So let's break them down. Jaden Daniels. Sir. Kobe Bryant put on his best impression of Michael Jordan. And you are putting on your best impression of Lamar Jackson. There are times where I watch Jaden Daniels and I'm like, is he trying to be Lamar-ish on purpose? This little jog you have out of bounds, this little light stroll that you take, this fun with the game. I'm not a hater on Jaden Daniels. Let's be clear about one thing. When he's not playing Philly, he's fun to watch. But there's just something that irritates me when I'm watching this guy. He's having too much fun. Do y'all feel me? Does this make any sense that he's having too much fun at quarterback? I watched Tom Brady. I watched Peyton Manning. I watched Cam. Cam had fun. This dude's out here talking to the defense. Every time they make a tackle, hey. Great job. It's what it looks like he's saying. I don't know what he's saying. If he was talking shit, like, that would be awesome. But there's something about Jaden Daniels that it doesn't feel like he's talking shit. Maybe if somebody pushes him, we might get that. But Jaden Daniels is just having too much fun. And this is the NFL. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to have fun when you win and when you get your paycheck. But while you're playing, getting tackled, getting hit, to look like you're having fun, I don't get it. I don't get it. I like it. Don't do it against the Eagles because Jalen Carter might not be that guy. But respect all out to JD5. Like, listen, man, you're doing it the right way. You looking like Lamar. It looks like you're working on your game as well. So back to the breakdown on the team. When it comes to the running backs of the Commanders, I slighted how I thought the running game would work because of the trade of Brian Robinson. I really did. To think about it, to think about losing B-Rob, who was kind of their little workhorse engine to where they could use him and then off him use a little JD5 off that read option a little bit. Well, to see them with this new running back who they did have last year just couldn't play, I mean, he did decent. It was decent enough to say, hey, this is decent. This isn't a great running game. It still needs work, but it was good enough to where you thought, they have a little bit of Austin Eckler, and they even ran Debo. So this running game, this running attack, I should call it, will feature more than just a feature running back or a running back by committee. It's going to feature Debo a little bit. It's definitely going to feature Jaden Daniels. And how Jaden becomes the runner now, it looks like Jaden might have to be the primary runner to kind of help these other running backs kind of get creases, because defenses are going to have to lock up on Jaden Daniels because he is just running. He just runs too freely. And it's almost as if he's Lamar. But, I mean, when the Bills needed a play last night, they just blitzed them. We may have to see that and just have Jaden Daniels just show us the arm. But back to the breakdown. Jaden Daniels did not only show us the arm, he showed us a little bit that he's been working. He's been working with these intermediate routes. He's been working with that 10, 15-yard in route. I loved watching Jaden Daniels run that stop route last year to Noah Brown. It was almost an unstoppable play. 10-yard, 12-yard, 15-yard curls, unstoppable. Run that 5-yard, 7-yard out to Zach, unstoppable. But while you have your unstoppable routes, it's good to keep working on the routes that may not be unstoppable. Turn that weakness into a strength. Maybe not your greatest strength, because I do believe Jaden Daniels' greatest strength will be his athleticism. But turn it into a strength to where the defense, it turns into pick your poison. Now, Jaden Daniels, he's going to be a problem for the NFC East. Now, to come out and say best quarterback, I'm going to halt a little bit. I will halt a little bit. But to say that this guy's not in the running, I would be nuts. I would be nuts. Because this kid, he has all the tools, and mentally, he doesn't seem that anything is going to kind of distract him or kind of take him out of sorts to where he's not thinking about how to improve. Now, when we go to the Commanders' defense now, again, it's hard to grade because the Giants honestly just look so bad. But when I watch that Commanders defense, when you have a job to do and you do your job, you deserve the credit for it. Defensive line, solid on the defensive line for the Commanders. Solid on the defensive line. When you lose Jonathan Allen, your job is to now have people come in to fill in the shoes of a star like that, of a star in the trenches, somebody who forces the double team just by being on the field. Now, the defensive line played solid. Dorrance Armstrong, Deron Payne, Jazir Newton, I believe the name is, and Javon Kinlaw. I mean, they played on the defensive line to where I didn't expect them to play. Week 1, New York Giants. When we look at the Commanders, we're going to find out next week. Commanders, we get to find out next week because next week you guys get tested. Thursday night, short week. Y'all get Micah. Your offensive line gets tested. Your defensive line is going to get tested. That's one of the best offensive lines from week 1. Watching them protect Jordan Love and watching Jordan Love, you guys will be tested this week, but tests are always good. test ain't a bad thing, especially for a team like this that have proven they're not at the bottom of the league anymore. It was just 2 years ago that the Washington Commanders were choosing the number 2 overall pick in the draft. And I believe it was the Giants at what, 5 or 6? Well, the Giants last year picked at number 2. Commanders ain't picking that number. They're not picking top 10, 15 for a little minute. They just had their best top 5 pick for a while now. They're not going to have another top 5 pick. Let's call it a decade. Unless we see some Michael Parsons BS happening, we're going to call it a decade where the Commanders don't pick in the top 5. Now, back to the defense. The test next week is everywhere. Now, I loved watching Bobby Wagner be Bobby Wagner, as he always has been. I believe double-digit tackles all over the field, making the run stops. Next week is Josh Jacobs. Bobby Wagner and Louisville will have to be awake for that. Next week is one of the best wide receiving cores in the game. See, it was good watching Washington shut down Malik Neighbors, because at first they stopped down the running game, and then they were able to shut down Neighbors. But next week, they're going to have to say, hey, we might shut this guy down, but they have weapons everywhere. You can't just shut down one of Jordan Love's weapons and think like Russell Wilson, he can't go anywhere else. This will be a good test for Washington, a much-needed test, and a test where I think I can actually see where this team lands amongst the contenders and the pretenders. I do consider Washington a contender. They are going to get to face the Eagles 2 times a year. They are going to have some good competitive battles throughout the season that will set them up for the playoffs. But as of right now, y'all beat the Giants. You know, I do want to give a lot of credit to Malik Neighbors and that. You know, I didn't even really want to talk about the Giants. I almost ended this. I had a whole sheet on the Giants, but nothing about it is good. But let's have the conversation. Woo, this is going to hurt. Malik Neighbors. Will somebody in the NFL have a heart-to-heart with what it is to be a superstar on a team? Or will somebody in the NFL just trade for this man? This man is a good football player. I am watching him have the body language of somebody who just doesn't like being in the position that he is. And then his quarterback throws a pick, and this guy looks like he's going to take it to the house. And who makes the tackle? Malik Neighbors. I'm like, so you don't want to play, but something about you, just when you're on the field, you're going to do what you have to do. You're going to play the game the right way. Like, it hurts to see. It hurts to see when somebody loves the game and they're just not in a position to where they can show and exuberate that energy that they have. Like, I wish the best for Malik Neighbors. I'm an Eagles fan, and you guys are hearing me wish best for Commanders and Giants. Don't be mad at me. It's just what the show implies, man. It's just what the show is. Ballers love ball, man. But out to Malik Neighbors, I wish him the best, but I also hope that people help him understand, bro, you are the number one option. If the Giants don't have a running game, all teams are looking at is, when is the quarterback going to look at him? Because he is the primary weapon on that team. But now we're going to get to your offense and your offensive coordinator, Mr. Dable. Brian Dable. Maybe you're not the offensive coordinator. Maybe it is Mr. Kafka. Well, Brian Dable and Mr. Kafka. Just so y'all know, y'all released Daniel Jones last year. Daniel Jones is going to get recognition this year as playing as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, blowing out Tua and the Dolphins, and need I say it, looking great? Looking great. Now you guys have Russell Wilson, who's played in 2 Super Bowls. Y'all got Jameis Winston, who's once thrown 30 touchdowns in the season. And you guys have the rookie that you guys said, we believe in him. That's our guy. We are going to develop this guy and make this guy what we want. Well, you guys, the clock is ticking. Daniel Jones wins again in week 2. You guys are looking like what? What is it that you guys couldn't do that Shane Steichen is doing in Indianapolis? Shane Steichen benched a top 4 pick to put in Daniel Jones. You guys released Daniel Jones for DeVito, who y'all let go this year. You only let go of guys when you guys have better. Don't let go of somebody if you don't have better. Now what are we looking at with the Giants? We got to slow it down. We got to slow it down. We got to slow it down because you guys are going to get me hot. Daniel Jones is out here playing well in Indianapolis, and Russell Wilson looked like the Denver Broncos Russell Wilson yesterday. He looked like the Denver Broncos Russell Wilson. And just to be clear, the Denver Broncos Russell Wilson was not good. Then the next year he goes to Pittsburgh and he actually looks decent. So a lot of it has nothing to do with Russell Wilson himself and has to do with the play calling and has to do with the coaching and has to do with what the hell were you guys doing in camp? If you guys want Malik Neighbors and you guys want more offensive weapons to actually look decent in your offense, you guys need to have a running game. Now, yes, your offensive lineman was out, Andrew Thomas. That's not an excuse to not have a running game. If Russell Wilson is your leading rusher at the end of the game, you guys have failed your game plan. There is no game plan with Russ leading. There is no game plan where you guys get Malik Neighbors the ball. What is it? 5 out of 12 times. You guys got booted out of your game plan and had to play the game plan that Washington set ahead of you. Now, a lot of people predicted that. A lot of people predicted that you guys don't have a chance because the NFL kind of screwed you guys with the schedule anyways. But it just didn't look like good football. It looked sloppy. Slop jalops when it came to the New York Giants yesterday. Now, will it get better? Will Russell Wilson get benched? It's looking likely. For Jameis, for Dart, does it matter? I mean, to close out, I just want to say, Brian Daboll, we need a step up. We need a spark. We need a light. Now, ESPN came out and said that Dart was going to have formations. I didn't believe that. If he was going to have formations, Jameis would have been gone. So I believe the kid still has room to grow, but I also believe you need to open up this offense a little bit more. We need to be able to get Malik Neighbors the ball. To do that, we need to be able to get other people the ball. Let me know what y'all think. The Giants is just a little depressing. I mean, I don't like watching Washington win, but then when you're losing like the Giants, it's just like, do I really want to talk about this? Do I really want to talk about a whole bunch of slop jalops? This is Blirt TV, man. I'm out. Blirt TV. We gon' run it, run it, run it, run it, run it.